Hello, everyone, and welcome to Computek College Learning Beyond Borders podcast with me, Aishwarya Ravishankar. Today, I have with me a very special guest who is a student from our one of the interesting technology programs, which is Computer Network and Cybersecurity. Today, I have with me Kennedy Madangombe from our CNCSE program. Hello, Kennedy. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm fine.
Okay, good to have you in the podcast, and thank you so much for showing up and making time for us. Really appreciate it, Kennedy. I'm at your busy schedule at your new job. So, how is your new job going on?
Oh, my new job is going very well. A little bit busy, but I mean that's the type of life we live in. You're gonna have to go to work, and then it's always busy. But
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yes,
okay. Yes.
I see. I know people here, not even here, like people everywhere, they have busy lives. They have a lot of things to do on their own, take care of themselves, like work life balance. That is important. So, why don't we get to know more about you, Kennedy? So, tell me about yourself. Tell the audience about who you are, which country you moved from originally to Canada, and then when did you come to Canada?
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. As I said before, my first name is Kennedy Madangombe, and I was born and raised in Zimbabwe. So 2001, that's when I decided to leave Zimbabwe and I came to Canada as a student. I started doing accounting when I came here. That was through in Halifax. So I completed my accounting. I got a job in Toronto. So I moved down to Toronto and started working in accounting.
Mhm. Nice. That's interesting. So you first landed in Halifax.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that's interesting. So, and then you moved to Toronto and then you pursued your career in accounting.
In
So,
accounting.
how did this switch happen? So, why did you choose to study computer network and cybersecurity at Computer College?
If I may take you back, when I was back home, I did a little certificate of A plus, but I didn't take the exam. I just had an interest in doing that. So when I came here, like I was like, you know what, let me do my accounting. But then when COVID started, uh, that's when I was searching stuff online. I went to my Facebook page. That's when I see your college coming up. I was like, oh, Computek, what do they do? So I click on the link and I started reading, and then it took me to your website. I was reading. I was like, oh, interesting. But prior to that, our company had been attacked ransomware. Yes, I saw. I was on Facebook. I was reading, and from Norway it popped up Computer College offering the cyber security course. Like I said earlier, we had been attacked, like our company. Then I was like, you know what, this is interesting. Why shouldn't I start doing this, since there's so many ransomware attacks? I was like, so I was interested. So I put there's a form which you submit, and then I just submitted my information and I waited. Then one of the I think it's a student advisor at your college reached out.
Mhm.
I think I don't know how to Suji, something like that.
Jeevan?
Yeah, so he reached out, and then he said, "Oh, I saw this," and then we started talking, and he was like, "Oh, are you interested?" I was like, "Yes, I'm interested." He explained a bit. He was telling me all the information. He came out. He told me everything. I was like, "Okay, that's not a problem for me. I'm interested." So right away, I signed up. I
That's nice.
submitted the paperwork, and everything went well. I was like, okay, we're gonna start. I think I started a bit late. Maybe it was 2 or 3 weeks later. And the next thing I knew it, I got the schedules and the course breakdown, and I was like, this is it. I'm gonna take it.
That's interesting, and congratulations for taking that big step, first of all. And again, congratulations for securing a job even before graduation. So
Yes.
we heard that you got a new job at City of Barry. So tell us more about it. How did you get this job even before you graduated?
Okay, I'm gonna take you a little bit back.
Hmm.
So what happened when whilst I was working in accounting, right? At my that was my current company. So I spoke to some of the managers there. I was like, okay, I'm taking this course. If there's any chance you're gonna have a help desk vacance, please let me know. I'm doing this A, B, C, D plus plus. So they said, okay, fine. So before I knew it, they just reached out to me. They say, hey, uh, we want someone to work in help desk. Are you ready for now? I was like, yes. So I started doing the help desk job.
Hmm.
Yeah. Then from there, whilst I was doing the web, I started the course with Mr. Nazmo. Ismail, is it Ismail Nazmo? Uh, and he was teaching us very well. Like instead of sorry for going back to the lecturer, and then I started taking some certificates. Encouraged us to take some certificates. I think by that time I got A plus. So when I updated my resume, I saw a job post in for the city I just said, you know what, let me just apply. I applied. When I applied, I got the interview. That was for the junior position for the analyst. I got the interview. I got the job, but they said, "Oh, we're gonna give you this job, but you have to finish your program." I said, "Okay, that's not a problem. I'm going to finish."
Hmm.
So I started working there. It was a bit difficult, but as you know, you learn, and with the help of the labs which were doing, things were coming up. So after that, I didn't stay for a long time in the city.
Hmm.
I got another job offer.
Hmm. So
Yes.
where do you work now currently?
I'm working at a company. It's a software company called Pavlix or
Hmm.
Celogist. So that's where I'm working currently. Working now as an administrator, system administrator.
And how do you like the job? Like, what's your role like? Can you explain a little bit about what do you do? What is your role like?
So my role, what they said. I'm actually doing quite a number of things
Hmm.
at that company because what they want me to do is to understand the whole picture of the company, what they do. So it's from when we get new hires, setting
Hmm.
up of laptops. I'm doing that. I'm just learning everything. I'm also into networking. We get like firewalls. I have to configure the firewalls before we send them to the clients. I am also building server, like the servers for the clients. We get clients with they order their servers, they bring them in. We do all the configuration, and once everything is set up, we take it to the sites. That's mean the clients, and then we make sure everything is set up and it's working perfectly. So that's what I'm doing. So like, I'm doing quite a number of things for now because they want me to learn everything what those guys are doing.
That's interesting, and we are glad on behalf of Computek. I'd like to say this that you're one of the brightest students that we have at our cybersecurity program, and your instructor, Mr. Nasmul, he mentioned he spoke highly about you. That he said you're one of the top students in his class. And glad that you are able to put into practice what you have learned from the computer network and cybersecurity program. And we are so happy for what you're doing, Kennedy. Really appreciate it. So I'm going to ask you this question. So you were telling a lot about how you had your experience back home and in Halifax, and now you're in Toronto. So like three different landscapes that you have worked across so far. So can you compare and tell us, how was your experience working back home, and how is it currently working in Canada?
Oh, that's yeah. Thank you very much for asking. Like as usual, back home opportunities are less than what we have here. So there's quite a difference as compared to where I come from in Zimbabwe, and also as compared to Halifax. It's a small city as compared to Toronto, where you have all these opportunities, companies, lots of the IT industry is big, but um, all the credit goes to the teacher, which is Mr. Najmo. He actually, the way he takes on students, it's like it's him who wants to graduate, not we. So he's not going to let you off the hook. If he says an assignment, you have to do the assignment. So all the credit goes to him. If it wasn't of him, probably I would have quit the course. But no, he's he makes sure that everybody understand and pass. So under his leadership, I got the A plus, I got the Computek Security Plus, I got the CCNA. I went on to get the ITIL
Mhm.
for myself, and now because of his encouragement, I was planning to go more and do my masters in
Oh,
cybersecurity.
wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. And congratulations for that. We are so happy if Mr. Nazmul is watching this podcast. He would be super proud of you that with his encouragement, you were able to finish everything. And I'm sure he knows about it. And we have been hearing a lot about Mr. Nazmul that he's encouraging a lot of students to, really pursue different certifications that's really helping them secure a job in the real world. So, Kennedy, why don't you tell us, the importance of having certifications? Like, apart from having or studying a diploma program, or apart from gaining knowledge in the subject, why do you think certifications are important in this competitive world?
Oh, like for I'm a one good example with certification. If I didn't have any certifications, I don't think I would be in this position. I wouldn't have got this job, because when I put those certifications on my resume, I noticed that even Mr. Najmu always say that with certificates, employers they will be looking for that. And as long you know what you're doing, employers will come after you. And I've seen it even now since I've got my current job. I'm actually getting more offers from different companies. They're actually now looking for me because of those certificates. So for any new student or anyone who's gonna watch the podcast, or who is into the program, I would advise you, whenever you finish a module and Mr. Nazmo say, guys, let's do this, let's do A plus or CCNA. I would certainly advise everybody to take him serious and do the certificates. I am a good example. If I didn't have certificates, I don't think I would be here today where I am.
Definitely. I think that really will serve as a motivation for a lot of students who might be watching the podcast. And it's a really, what you have given us is a really useful tip. So why don't you tell us, like, how long will this certification might take to finish? Because, someone like me who is not fully aware of what these certifications are, how long it will take, and how difficult or easy it is. So why don't you explain us how long it's going to take, and what are the levels, what's right from level 0 to the top level, like how many certifications are there, what are the important certifications, and how long will it take to finish?
Okay. Like I like the idea how Computek the course is structured. I'll give you an example. Let's say like our program, we have CCNA, we have CompTIA's Security Plus, we have those different structures. So let's say we are doing CCNA. It's a long program. You start slowly, and with the help of our lecturer, Mr. Najmu, you understand the concept. You do everything according to what he says. By the time you finish that module, honestly speaking, you will be ready to take the exam.
Mm-hmm.
With more practice, you will be ready to take the exam. It's all about telling yourself, I want this. Do you want it or you don't want it? If you don't want it, then unfortunately you're not gonna be fail. You're not gonna pass, sorry. But if you say I want it, 100% you're gonna pass.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, yeah. So thank you so much for that, sharing that important tip, and also explaining us about the process, Kennedy. Really appreciate it. So tell us, about your future goals. Like, what are you aspiring, and what you want to do more into the world of cybersecurity and computer network and whatsoever the technology has been evolving. And you also mentioned in the beginning that there are a lot of ransomware attacks happening, a lot of cybersecurity threats, attacks happening in this world. So, with this scenario, like what you want to become, what you want to explore more.
Okay, interestingly, I was weighing on both sides on networking and the security side. So on my like what currently where I'm working, I see there are senior guys who are into networking. Most of the time, what I notice it involves going out, going to client sites, driving up and down. But with other guys on the security side, they don't have to go anywhere driving. Or like my current work now, those guys in security, they work from home. So unfortunately, myself, I think my plans is to go more into security.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
and
reason saying that being that I can work. I don't have to be here in Canada. I can work remotely. That's the main
yeah,
point why I want to branch into more into security than networking.
correct. And you can work it from any part of the world.
Yes, correct.
Any part of the world, and technology is so important and it's demanding that you can work from any part of the world, and wherever you go, technology is definitely needed, and it's growing and growing each day.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, do you have any tips or message to students who are watching the podcast? Like, what are your thoughts to them? What advice would you give to them who wish to, study computer network and cybersecurity with us, or who is already studying with us, or midway through? What are your tips or message to our students?
Okay. Like I said, it goes back to Mr. Najmo. If you are in his class, I know better. For me, like if I can tell you now that I'm tired, like I said, he's gonna give you work and he wants the work to be done. So if you are going to follow what he says and do the labs, if you don't know, if you don't understand, ask him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ask him. Like when I started, it was kind of difficult for me, but I said, you know what? And sometimes also yourself, you have to tell yourself, I want to do this. It's not going to be a simple walk in the park. No, you're gonna face so many challenges. So you have to help him and help yourself. So that's what I can tell students. You're not gonna say if he gives you work, you're not gonna do it. At the end of the day, you're not gonna pass because he always tells us, you guys, you have to understand the concept. You have to understand what we are doing. So when you go to the workplace, when they do the interview, or when they put you on the job, they will see that you know what you're talking about. But it's not like when you go out there, it's just gonna be easy. I make mistakes now. It's total different from college and the actual job. But once you are in the system, you'll be fine. So it all comes from doing what the Mr. Najmu tells you. Follow up the assignments, do this. If you don't understand, tell him you didn't understand this. He has the time to repeat and make you understand and
Definitely.
participate in class. That's all I can say to the new students, whoever is gonna watch this.
Definitely, that's a very interesting and useful practical tip or message, I would say. And Kennedy, why don't you tell us if you had faced any language barriers? Because we all are immigrants. We come from different countries, and then Canada is one of the top countries, I would say, which is rich, or which has huge number of immigrant population. Right? We all are from different countries, but we all are here in Canada, coming here for different purposes, right? So, did you face any language issues throughout your period of journey or a period of study here at Computek, and how were you able to manage or overcome those barriers?
Um, for me, language barriers, I didn't have any problem, fortunately, because where I come from, eh, um, we learn most of the stuff in English. So for me, it was like a step ahead. But having said that, for others, we come from different backgrounds, French speaking countries and all like that. But like I say, I always go back to the statement which I say, if you want it, you can get it. For guys who like, I have some other guys. They come in different in let's say we have a WhatsApp group. They come to me. They ask me. They say, "Oh, I didn't understand." We talk, but the English is but it's always it's you inside you to say to try, even if the English is being broken, but we can understand each other. We explain slowly, slowly. So for guys who are having issues like language barriers, don't be shy. Nobody's going to laugh at you, even if you don't say what you want to say in a proper English, right? But at least I would understand what you are asking. So keep going, keep pushing, listen to those who can speak English. Keep, always pay attention to the words. With time goes on, everybody will be perfect. I believe so.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I could see the amount of energy that you have, and then the way you explain. You yourself are like a teacher, explaining things in a very practical and simple and easy way. So
Yes.
I think that's really interesting. And then I would like to know, like, I have done like many podcasts, and then in most of the podcasts where I had a chance to sit with students, I asked this question to them, like, how useful was it studying at Computek College, and how useful, like, were you able to apply the things that you learned here at Computek in the real world, or in the current job that you face? Like, how useful was it?
Oh, talking of that, I today is what 29. I posted something in our WhatsApp group. I think Mr. Najmo, he saw that. We were doing some Kali Linux. So today I was downloading some software into one of the firewall, and actually we did that in class. So
Hmm.
yes, I took a picture and I posted it into the WhatsApp group.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So I know they're gonna see like the older students, which I did we did that. He taught us, and he always tell us like, guys, you're gonna come across with something like this. And today, most of the time, what he taught us, I'm seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's actually what I can say, the syllabus which we did, it's actually a good syllabus because I now see what I was learning in class, and now I'm doing like Active Directory, creating users, all those I did it in school, and
Mhm.
now I'm doing it at work. So
That's
it's actually a relevant course, I would say. Focus. You just need to focus and follow what the hopefully follow the teacher, and hopefully he's gonna be there for a long time. I know sometime we're getting old and then we retire, but I think those students who are going to find him there, those are lucky students.
That's nice. I know the feeling exactly, because if you study something and then the same thing, that if you get a chance to practice or apply the same thing, the amount of confidence that we have is enormous,
Yes,
right? Because we will be having that proud feeling that I already know this, I already learned this, I
yes,
already have experience in this,
yes.
right? So I could see that thing as well. So thank you so much, Kennedy, for sitting with us today, and you have spoken so much about your journey all the way from Zambia to Canada, Zambia to Halifax to Toronto, I would say, and then to Computek, how you ended up studying at Computek, and then about your job, about certifications, real world experience, and lot many things. You also gave students very good practical and useful tips. So, do you want to convey any message to audience, or to people who are coming from like Zambia or any other African countries for that matter? Do you want to convey any message in your language, like your mother tongue?
Oh, yes. Um, pane vese vanenge vachibva kune nyika dzakasiyana siyana, kungava kuindia, Bangladesh kana Philippines, kwese kwese, Computech, mukanzwa kunonzi Computech college ndiyo number one pama courses. Saka mukaona panonzi Computech, inina ndakadarika nekuComputech. Graduation yangu iriko muna July 24, and ndinotenda Computech naMr. Najmo.
Okay, so what language was it?
That language is Shona, but the Shona we mix with some English. So for you, people can pick what I'm saying a
Okay.
little bit. Yes, we mix with a little bit of English, so you can. Oh, I'm sure you heard I was saying Computech, something like that, and
Yeah,
people.
yeah, you mixed it with the English, so I could understand a gist of it. So
Yes,
thank you so much, Kennedy. I really appreciate your time, and I'm super glad that I was able to make this podcast with you, having a conversation with you in detail about your experience and your professional journey and the skills that you learned at Computech, and a lot about your amazing instructor, Mr. Nazmul. So we have beautiful instructors. Apart from Nazmul, we have Mr. Azar. We have a few other instructors as well who are really talented,
okay.
and everybody, not just cybersecurity, we have other programs as well, and everybody is like have bunch of talents here. So we are super glad that we are all one family, Computech family. We recently had our graduation ceremony on June 14th. We'll be having two graduation ceremonies upcoming, one in September and one in November. So
Oh,
yes, and
so mine is gonna be in September probably, I think.
probably. So wish you all the best if you come for September ceremony, and we hope to meet you there, graduating on the stage, and all the very best for all the thing that that you do, especially with your current job or wherever you go. We hope and we wish that you shine, keep shining, keep growing. Stay in touch with us. Thank you so much, Kennedy. Have a great day ahead.
Same to you. Thank you very much for having me here today.
Thank you. So, if
Thank
you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Until I see you next time, it's Aishwarya Ravishankar signing off with Kennedy.
you.
Take
Okay,
care.
thank you very much. Bye.